We decided to title our composition as A Day in the Life of a College Student because each component of our song is unique to each of us. As shown, the piano and ukulele were decided as the melody of our composition since they are both instruments with sounds we find appealing overall as a group. More importantly, they created a unique base for our added sounds. As the intention explains, we worked to incorporate sounds unique to us as they illustrate routines and habits in our days as Aggies. Two sounds in which we agreed to include first were the alarm and pouring of the coffee, not only because it highlights how we begin a new morning, but also because we try to incorporate how we transition from sleeping through the peaceful, lullaby-like ukulele and piano sound to an almost frightening one where the alarm sound, and then back to our sanity with coffee before stepping out to officially begin our day.
Another thing I wanted to add were the sounds between the alarm clock and the pouring of the coffee, which include the showering, brushing of the teeth, and washing hands. All of these are very important in preparation for the day. After you hear the sound of pouring of the coffee, you can hear pouring of the cereal, which just symbolizes breakfast and nutrition. As much nutrition a college student can get without cooking, especially those who live in dorms. And after breakfast, here we go, we start our day, and you can hear the flipping through the pages and the writing. Both of these sounds just symbolize how hard a college student works in studying and preparing for classes. In order to stay a bit sane, of course, study breaks are highly necessary, and so that is symbolized with the opening of the soda. Take a quick snack, re-energize, and then, of course, the sounds after that are more typing and highlighting. These sounds just symbolize more studying, and after a long day of studying, we usually just, most of us at least, some of us, try to fit in a bit of health and exercise, and so you can hear steps of the running, and after running, you can hear starting of the car, which just symbolizes that the day is over, and we're off to go home or to go have a night out of fun or just to get away because college is hard. And then the music dies down. The ukulele first slowly dies down, and then the piano finishes, and then again you hear the alarm clock just very harshly, which symbolizes a new day, and it starts all over again. And that can conclude the day in the life of a college student.
For our first musical element, we decided to describe rhythm. The varying lengths of the notes played by the piano and ukulele contributes to an organized pattern which created the rhythm. The beat is protected by the piano since it is a constant pulse throughout the composition. For syncopation, the various sounds that were played over the organized ukulele and piano, such as the alarm clock, coffee pouring, and running, among the other sounds, are examples of the disturbances across the regular flow of the rhythm. When laid over the ukulele and piano, these sounds create ambiguity in the pulse, which make the tempo moderate to quick. Overall, the most significant element of our composition's rhythm is its tempo because it helps to demonstrate how quickly a student's day goes by.
This next slide is about texture. The word polyphonic can be defined as a combination of more than one voice or instrument that, when played together, can create textures. And I'd say our composition is considered polyphonic because it not only consists of two instruments, but it consists of various external sounds or background sounds that are projected during a student's routine. For example, when they wake up in the morning and brush their teeth and take a shower before heading to class. So the purpose that comes out of this is that colleges in general, have a lot of sound and background noises that are just heard that aren't really paid attention to. For example, the sound of kids running up the stairs trying to get to class when they're late. This isn't paid attention to. And our texture just shows how every one of us college students goes through these in our daily lives and how it's played together and how it sounds. And when you wake up in the morning, you brush, you shower, you head to class. If you're If you're late, you run up the stairs, and then the clock is always ticking in that background. And that's just the story in the life of a college student.
Our third musical element is melody. Some people may ask, what is melody? Melody is an organized sequence of notes with some type of rhythmic order that creates a unit. Hear this short clip which represents our melody. The melody consists of the ukulele and the piano. Two elements of melody I'm going to mention is theme and pitch. Theme. Our composition's theme describes a day of an average college student, from the alarm clock waking us up, to us brushing our teeth, to us reading a book, walking to class, and so on. It is just a typical day for us. The other element is pitch. The pitch varies from high to low, which would illustrate the roller coaster ride from our college experience. We can all have some good days and some bad days, some long, stressful nights, or some fun, adventurous nights. It's just part of life and we're riding on the roller coaster. Although the composition itself seems disjunct, with alarm clock, sound of pages turning, and highlighting of notes, the piano and ukulele in the background was conjunct throughout the whole composition. It was easier to have the steady paced melody of the piano and ukulele in order to incorporate different sounds within the background. And finally, the melody is repetitive, which represents our everyday routine.
Culture is defined as the beliefs, behaviors, objects, and other characteristics common to the members of a particular group of society. So in connection to us, this composition reflects how our group, despite the fact that we all come from different backgrounds in different parts of the country, are united by the fundamental routines of college life, and in turn this constitutes the culture of being a college student. Furthermore, the major key of the melody portrays a cheerful mood and reflects our hopeful and positive attitudes for the future despite the stressors and adversities that we encounter on a day-to-day basis. These stressors can actually be represented by the sounds layered on top because they in a way seem to interrupt the melody and can become overbearing at times. So for example, the alarm clock in the beginning, but the underlying happy mood can still be recognized. The moderate to quick tempo, along with the repetitive structure, represents the cyclical aspects of college life and how we experience the same things weekly with our schedules, and that it happens rather quickly, or it feels like it. The texture emphasizes the particular behaviors, objects, and beliefs that together establishes our culture. So, for example, waking up early, or computers, pencils, supplies, and the belief that if we study hard, then we can be successful in the future. These create our culture. The fading of sound at the end of the piece is a decrease in intensity, and it represents the end of our day coming to a halt and sort of settling down. But the alarm clock at the very end interrupts this sort of serenity, and it signifies the ongoing cycle. Therefore, the amalgamation of these factors, the melody, the tempo, and texture, these elements construct the collegiate culture that we experience.